So you've discovered Brazil with all its beauty and everything there is to see, and you can't leave. You don't want to leave. What do you do? I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world, and that is exactly what happened to me. I'm here in Brazil. I'm trying not to overstay my welcome, but it's very hard. Lots of things to do and see here, and it's mostly just beautiful to be here, as you can see. So what you can do is, that most countries, we're allowed to stay 90 days. After that, technically you have to leave, but you're allowed to actually get an extension. You can stay for another 90 days maximum, and you can do that a maximum of 180 days per year. I wanted to share with you my experience of extending my visa, my tourist visa. So I had already stayed pretty well up to the maximum, and I wanted to stay a little bit longer, and so I had to apply for a visa if I wanted to stay legal and not be banned from visiting the country or avoiding fines and things like that. And of course I want to come back, so I had to do the right thing. So my experience was twofold. When I arrived, one of the first things I did when I got here, I knew I was gonna be more than 90 days. So I went to, you have to go to the Polícia Federal, which is the federal police, and specifically their immigration department, and you have to ask for an extension. So I did that when I first got into Brazil on this particular trip, and she informed me that I had to actually come back later in the time period just before my current status was going to expire. So I was allowed to stay to a certain date, but I needed to stay a little bit longer. And so she said I had to come back during the 2-week period before my last allowable day. So I did that. In so doing, she told me the process is that I come back, I show them my passport, and assuming everything is fine, I can stay. So I had to actually wait another until that 2-week period arrived. So it was something hanging over my head for a little bit, but there was nothing really to stress out about. So what I did is I followed her directions. I went back to Polícia Federal, gave my passport. The process took probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Most of it was just kind of waiting for them to process my visa. So the process is basically you go to the Polícia Federal migration or immigration department, and you ask for the extension, and they'll go away with your passport and they'll calculate how long you've been in the country already and do some kind of date math and then figure it out. So that's what they did. And then they give you a piece of paper and they say you have to pay now. And it's actually very reasonable. It's 110 reais, which is in Canadian dollars, it's about, I'm gonna say 30 bucks, maybe 30 Canadian. And so they give you this piece of paper, and the easiest way to pay for that is you take that piece of paper to Banco Brasilia, which is a yellow logo, and that's kind of their colors. And fortunately, there was one of those inside the mall. I think there's other ways to do it. You can get an app and you can scan, but I was in the mall already. I didn't want to have to mess with any of that, so that's exactly what I did. I just went straight to the Banco Brasilia and took care of it, came back with my receipt and gave it to the guy, and that's when I had to wait. Probably about 45 minutes. I'm not sure why I had to wait that long, but other than that, it was a very simple process. So I can stay here for another 90 days and enjoy beautiful Brazil. I hope that helped. I want to say also that I didn't have to fill out any forms. I just showed up, no appointment necessary. I showed up and gave my passport, told him I wanted the extension. I was looking for an extension. He asked me 0 questions. Well, the only question he asked me is, you're here for an extension, correct? And I said yes. So for me, the process was easy. I know there's other videos online here that talk about having to fill out a form and make an appointment. That was not my experience. Now, this also may differ from region to region. I'm currently in João Pessoa up in the northeast. My part 1 of this adventure, I actually asked all the questions when I first got into Brazil, I asked those questions in Niterói. So I'm not sure if it's exactly the same in every particular area, but here it was easy. If any of you have had any other experiences, please drop a comment below. I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world. Check out the links below for some original music. I'll see you in the next one.